What is going on, everyone? It's DC3 Johnson here with another NBA 2K my career video, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and just to fast forward a little bit and get closer to the playoffs, especially now that the playoffs are actually right around the corner. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and sim some games and just go ahead and just focus on some key matchups here. So obviously this video we're going to go ahead and cover the matchup against the Clippers with Mr. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the gang. And it is a divisional matchup for us since we are in the Pacific, and obviously we are the Warriors, so it's definitely like a nice little tune-up for the playoffs. And especially for us right now, we're battling for seeding, as we saw in the early part of the video. We're right now like battling for 8th place right now, so for the last seed. Obviously 2K21 doesn't have the play-in tournament that the real life NBA will have, so it's gonna be a matchup. So we need to stay within that top 8. We can't unfortunately fall 9th or 10th and hope for a play-in game opportunity. And so far right now, we've actually done a really good job in having a really strong start. Right now, we held them to like almost 11-0. We get the nice defense on Mr. Lou Williams, who actually is no longer part of the Clippers, but before he was actually part of them for like almost like 5-6 years, I think. And we get that nice block there. Brought to you by Mobile One, of course. Brought to you by Mobile One. And so Clay sinks a nice 3-pointer there. So once again, it's a double-digit game for us. And Steve Kerr's like, you know what, DC, go ahead and take some time off on the bench, which sometimes has been a little controversial for us in the past. We've actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't know if you guys have been having that issue with 2K, with your own careers, but sometimes when I go on the bench, I'm kind of dreading it. Like, I'm like, we go up by like 20 and then all of a sudden I lose the lead. And we literally just had that situation kind of unfold with Phoenix, where Phoenix, we literally, not to spoil it for you guys, but spoiler alert, we took them up to a 20-point lead, and then we blew it just because I sat down on the bench. So sometimes it can be scary. I know some people say that, it benefits you sometimes, but to be quite frank with you, I think for every single time it benefits me, as we get a 3-point play opportunity here with the bread and butter, I would say on the most part, for every time it gives me benefits, it screws me over 3 times. So that 3-to-1 ratio sometimes can be very kind of like, I don't want to take that chance right now. So with that being said, we go ahead and sink the free throw there. And so going down to the next possession here, shooting it, boom, 3-pointer. We're starting to become a threat there from the 3-point line, and we get some nice fans here in Los Angeles. And so it is now 70 points in the first half. That's actually a pretty good start. I think that might be the best that we've ever scored since I started playing 2K. At least on a career game. As we end up scoring 80 points to end the first half. Clippers have been doing a pretty good job. 60 points is normally pretty good. Like it's not like I know the deficit shows like it's a really big lead, but I mean, technically speaking, 60 is like a pretty average half. So it's not that they're playing horrible. It's like we're just on all cylinders right now. Like, we're coming together, and we're playing tough D, and we're playing really fast. Doc Rivers calls a timeout here. Kind of like, why did you call a timeout? We're up by 28, so not really too sure right there. But your boy Harold gets a nice Mobile One block. So we had one in the first half, and it looks like they're going to get the second half highlight there. Paul George ends up scoring 5 in a row for the Clippers, as Steve Kerr is like, you know what, guys, take a quick timeout. So Chef is like, you know what, they did a highlight reel, so are we. We're gonna go ahead and do a highlight reel, and our boy Eric is just gonna get a nice and easy basket there. We give it to Chris, and Chris is gonna get a foul on Mr. Zubac, who, to be quite frank with you guys, I'm actually a little surprised. Like, I actually was hoping that Zubac would turn out to be much more dominant than he turned out to be. Like, I initially, when he went to the Clippers, I was like, ooh, I think the Lakers made a mistake by giving up Zubac. But so far, there hasn't really been an argument for him. I don't think he has been doing... I mean, I'm not saying he's doing bad, but he hasn't been that standout that I thought that was. Like, without a doubt, Ingram is looking like the best player that left the Lakers during that whole LeBron transition era, basically. I know your case can be made for Julius Randle if you consider him to be part of that rotation, but I know a lot of people have a very high for Brandon Ingram, and so I don't know. I guess I would consider both of them to be very talented in each. It's kind of tough because I mean Julius is almost like a center while Ingram's more of a small forward. So the differences in position just led me to kind of like not compare them because it's kind of tough to compare. You know, it's like you're trying to compare the 3-point shooting ability of Karl-Anthony Towns, Kevin Love, versus like the shooting power of like a Damian Lillard, Steph Curry type player. It's like I would say the bar is just completely different for the positions that they play in. So that's just my 2 cents on it. As we scored a nice we scored a basket there. Doc Rivers, kind of like a questionable call. I guess we're doing it for advertisement money because I mean call timeout down 20 with 97 seconds to go. Like, do you really want to call a timeout? Like, at this point, the game's over. You know? No. But anyway, Steph Curry's going to be named the player of the game. You know, as you guys can see by the highlights, he's just been doing really, really good. We get that highlight right there. Hopefully that brings the brand up. Another pass here to Mr. Chris, who's going to lob it. Boom, 3-pointer there. That's going to be Gerald Green. So once again, going up to 20 there, and we scored a free throw. So we actually made a comeback because I think we only had like 5-6 points at the end of the first half, and we ended up coming back to score 25 for the game. So it wasn't really a game that we completely needed to be dominant. You know, I think we've had other games where we've been a little bit on the better side in terms of scoring, but I think 25 is a pretty decent number. Nothing to be shabby about, nothing to complain about. And so with that being said, guys, 25-5. As the game's over, we do end up picking up the win there. We get some nice sponsorship dollars, get some incentives. We get some 3,500 fans here in Los Angeles. I'm about to go to In-N-Out Burger and grab myself a nice double-double with animal-style fries. So you guys take it easy. Take care, guys. Stay safe out there. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss the next one.